Hey friends, I'm happy that you're here. Thanks for coming to get into your Project Lead the Way work this week. I want to walk you through what all of that looks like, and I'll just start by looking at the slide deck for April 27th through the 30th. So when you log in, I'm showing you the video today for my fourth period class. So if you're in first or second period, you know that our meet times are a little bit different than the ones posted here, but your slide deck will have the right ones. So instead of just showing you the week, I thought you'd like to see the rest of the year. I know I would if I were in your shoes. So this is kind of what it looks like. We only have 3 weeks of school left, which is crazy, in my opinion. It makes sense, but it just seems like it's so soon. It is soon. So I thought I'd go ahead and line out what those 3 weeks look like with us academically, but know that there's still information that will be coming from the school, from me too, with more details about what award ceremonies look like and promotions. It'll all be different this year. Everything's going to be different. But we still want to honor you all and honor the work that you've done as 8th graders. We're all so proud of you. And so just know that this video is just work for this week for PLTW, and we'll be having more conversations in the future. So what are we doing? Well, on Monday and Tuesday of this week, we're going to do a little more Make Code arcade coding practice. On Wednesday and Thursday, I'm asking you to break out into detail the character setting and storyline of your game. A couple of weeks ago, you all shared with me your game ideas, and I gave you some feedback on those, and this is just asking you to do that with more detail. I'll show you what that looks like. Next week then, May 4th through the 7th, you'll be developing your game in Make Code Arcade. So you'll have the whole week to do that. It's a big project. It will take some time. I'm looking for you to kind of give me a status update halfway through the week. And then, of course, the game will be due Thursday at the end of the day. And I'll get all that graded on that following Friday. The following Monday and Tuesday, we'll kind of have a museum day-like virtual situation, working out the nouns. But I want you all to play each other's games. There's ways that we can post and share those. And I'd like you to play some of the games that your classmates have made and give them some feedback. That following day, the 12th, I'll have a reflection forum for you to think through what went well, what could have been better. If you were being tasked to make a 2.0 version of your game, what would that look like in B? So we'll do some reflecting on the 12th. And then the 13th and 14th, we're going to have just some end-of-year class parties. It will be virtual. It will be a little different, and I'll probably host more than one. So I'll be available like during our office meets, but like we'll also do something like later in the afternoon for my friends that like to sleep in a little bit. I'd really love to see all your faces before the end of the school year. And so we'll look to doing that those last couple of days that we have together. So that's what the whole month of like April and May look like. Let's just specifically look at this week then. I'm clicking down. You've got some new opener images. This is the video I'm making now. I'll post there. Monday, you're going to dust off some coding practice with this bunny hop video. I think this one's really good. It shows you how to make like a side-scrolling game where like the bunny has to hop over these objects. My daughters play a version of this game called like Geometry Dash. And so you're familiar with it. It's a 20-minute video. So all of your work for Monday is to watch that full video and then to describe to me here, right here, what you learned by watching it. So I'd like you just to post that as a response to a question here in Google Classroom. I just want to show you a quick trick if you're not familiar with this. Play. Maybe I need to open it in Google in another. Maybe I can't. Well, maybe I can't play this while I'm making a video. But for those of you that aren't familiar with, if you open this in YouTube and you click on the little settings, like the little gearbox, you can speed up the video timing. I know that for many of you, you probably would enjoy these videos more if I were talking at 1.75 speed or 2 point speed. So that's an option you always have with doing these online videos. If you can understand it quickly, you can speed up the way they deliver that content a little more quickly and make that a better process for you. So Monday, watch this video, answer the question. Tuesday, little bear. If you're in my 4th period class, we meet. And I want you to go into Make Code Arcade and just explore some of the tutorials that are available to you. So there's a lot of tutorials and videos that will help you make your game. But depending on the kind of game that you have a vision for, everybody doesn't need the same one. So obviously we've already done these basic tutorials, but scroll down with me. All of these give you either videos or like an example code that you can explore on your own. This is where I got that bunny hop video. So these are good ones to explore, to kind of check out different block games that you could emulate. For those of you that are thinking about doing like a slide scrolling platformer, a lot of you had that as your idea. I highly recommend coming on down here, down, how to make video games, and do these 3 videos. Now these are longer, like they're each almost 20 minutes a piece, but it goes through every single detail that you would need. And so for this assignment, even if you just want to do the first one, and then if you're like, oh goodness, yeah, I'm learning a lot, I'm going to watch this guy's 2nd and 3rd video because my game will be that much stronger, check that out. Any content in here is acceptable for your work on Tuesday. I just want you to like set a timer and at least do 20 minutes in here. And then I'd like you to describe to me in Google Classroom what you did. So that's what this question is. Describe which tutorials in Make Code Arcade you explored. Like tell me the names of the links, and then tell me what you learned. So I'm looking for 3 to 5 sentences from your work, just exploring these things. And obviously look for the ones that are going to best match the kind of game you have a vision for building. That's your work for Tuesday. On Wednesday, a new image. And I won't read this exactly to you, but I've made a model arcade game building planning deck. And then it's showing you kind of a version of what I want you to make. So this is my model one. At the end of last week, so the week before we did the pixel artwork, remember you answered a question for me in Google Classroom just describing your game a little bit. And here I want you to describe your game a lot more. So this is my model one. And for the model, I decided to pretend like I developed Super Mario Brothers. So you'll notice that there's a slide where I'm talking about the game story and the structure. You can use bulleted lists like are done over here. So the left side of the bar is text. The right side of the bar is images. What's the game story and structure? Who is your hero? Who's the protagonist? I didn't cheat by taking Nintendo's art. I was like, well, if I were really trying to make Mario Brothers, and I was like, it would be a plumber. I just found some pictures of plumbers. So, you might be choosing some of the art that's already in Make Code, some of those sprites, or you might be making your own, or you might just be brainstorming what you want your stuff to look like. So any kind of brainstorming around that you copy paste into this is good. And then I just want to know more about the hero. Like, who are they? What's their defining characters? How do they kill enemies? Why are they in the game? Anything like that. You're going to do the same thing for your game antagonists or enemies. So here I talk a little bit about Bowser, but then also some of the smaller monsters that are in the game. And then the last one is the setting. Like, where is this going to be set? How are you going to kind of design your city or town or space world or whatever it may be? What's it going to look like there? So in Google Classroom, I've posted to you your own arcade game planning and research slide deck that's blank. It's empty. So it does have the 4 slides already set up, with a text box on the left-hand side and then just empty space on the right for you to add images. What's your game story and structure? Who's your hero or your protagonist? What's your antagonist or your enemies? And then what's the setting going to be like? And if you've built a game that doesn't neatly fit into some of these categories, email me so we can talk through just what other types of information you could maybe give me instead if it doesn't fit so neatly inside of these boxes. So that is that work. And because that's kind of a chunky piece of work, friends, I have given you both Wednesday and Thursday to do that. So it's introduced here on Wednesday. Thursday, you do have a new image. If you're my 4th period class, we meet at 10 o'clock. But then your work time on Thursday is just to continue building out your Make Code Arcade planning slide deck, right? So just thinking that through. Please fill out your communication log. It's a new one this week. It really does help me to hear from you, know how you're doing, know how I can help you if I can. So that's useful. And then here are your writing prompts, rubrics, your communication rubric, the rubric for your Make Code research, so that your answers to the 2 questions Monday and Tuesday will be a grade in Infinite Campus. And then the slide deck that you work on Wednesday, Thursday will be a grade in Infinite Campus. Here's a checklist to make sure that you've done all the things I've asked, and the 4 grades that will go into campus this week based on your work. This is the extension page, and I just wanted to mention to you, Ms. Gilbert made it possible to earn some micro-credentials from home. So if you haven't visited the library website, the EdHub Hub, in a while, check that out. There's just some options for you that would be cool. All right, guys. Be careful this week. I look forward to seeing you in my classes. I hope that having a vision for where we're going through the end of the year is helpful to you. And of course, any questions that you have or feedback for me, I welcome it. And you can reach me through email. We can set up meets. We can do all kinds of things. I do have installed on my desktop Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, some Jackbox games, so that during our meets this week, we have something a little more exciting than just Kahoots. So I hope you'll join us and come hang out. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Be safe.